Yo, 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 everybody. Generic B here, and welcome back to another episode of Stranded Deep. Where we last left off, we found the mysterious package. What's inside it? Whoop. I feel like, what's his name? Jim Carrey on Ace Ventura, where he's kicking the thing down the... Oh, we better not. So it's got a... It has a... an address on it. Oh, and actually, Pacific Ocean, Island Key 45, number 332, Stranded Deep, Survivor, Colin. Some garbage that makes no sense clearly goes here. Someone could possibly read this with its resolution anyway. So this thing is an Easter egg. You can't open it or anything like that, but we can pick it up. Ha ha! Look, awesome! So we're gonna take it and we're gonna go home. So today will be the final Q&A. We're heading home. Probably won't do a whole lot of searching for shipwrecks and stuff unless we just happen to come across something that looks really awesome. There is a program called Stranded Deep Mapper that someone has written. I'm gonna put a link in the description. It is amazing, and basically what it does is it takes your save file. I gotta turn this down for me a little bit. All right, and I'll try to, since we'll do a lot of motorboating, I'm gonna try to remember to lower the game sounds quite a bit on this one. If I forget, I'm sorry. But what it does basically is it takes your save file and it will like take all the coordinates and everything and map it out. So I'll put a screenshot if I remember. I'm gonna put a screenshot right now of what the map looks like, and it's super cool. It tells you where you are. And then there's a little island that I can see that's got a bunch of like crazy black squares all over it. And I've zoomed in, and that's my home island. This thing shows you where sharks are, where these little buoys are, and all sorts of stuff. Now I don't exactly know the proper direction, like as far as degrees, but kind of looking at it, I'm guessing like a little 20 degrees should at least get us in the right thing. So let's get on to the Q&A, shall we? Nathan Knapp says, because of your job as a YouTuber, do you feel like you were more socially adept or inept? So that is a really good question. I've always been... No, I'm not going for that one. I've always been... This one we'll go for. Man. I've always been a very social person. There was another person asked if I was an introvert or an extrovert. I would say for sure, to classify myself, I would say I'm an extrovert. Very easy to go and talk with people and all of that stuff. However, as a YouTuber, you work from... Oh no, get turned on. Here we go. As a YouTuber, you work from home quite a bit, and anybody who works from home and you don't get that daily kind of interaction with people, you kind of like lose your day-to-day social skills. So has it made me more socially adept? Not really. I was always pretty social. YouTube hasn't made me socially inept. It's just working for myself, working at home, staying at home a lot does. And also living in Bulgaria, because I don't have any real life friends here, which I had very few friends, real life friends in America. I'm just not that type of guy. I'm a hermit in that sense, where like I'd rather just be with my wife. She's my best friend. I would much rather just spend time with her having fun and talking, like, and all that stuff. So yeah, that is the answer. Oh, can't get you. Okay, real quick, paddle. I'll take another paddle, why not? Because I can. Torch. Fuel tank, let's get out of here. Okay, and up. So, where's my boat? Let me find my direction. Heading this way. Alright, so next question is from Jean Picard. What's your opinion or view on the AdBlock Plus add-ons, and how much do you think it affects your channel? So I've mentioned this a few times, and every time someone asks, I always take time to answer it, because it's very important. Before I was a YouTuber, I didn't know. Like, I've never used AdBlock, but I'm not really. Sorry, it's so dark, by the way. I've never used AdBlock, but I can see the value in it, because ads suck. Who likes ads? I don't. But as a YouTuber, ads are 100% of how I earn a living. 100%. I don't get paid by likes. I don't get paid by subscriptions. I don't get paid by you guys clicking on any annotations or anything like that. It is you viewing ads on my videos. And before, I know there'll be a lot of questions like, what happens if I skip a video? What happens if I, how long do I have to watch it? Do I have to click on it? I don't really get into that part. You just view it like you would normally view it. If a ad kind of interests you, then watch it. If it's one you've seen 100 times before and you don't feel like it, just skip it. I mean, it's fine. But AdBlock is basically, it removes ads. It blocks ads from being displayed, and therefore I receive zero compensation for it. Which is something not a lot of people know. I've seen people, saying comments, no, he gets paid per view, which is only true because ads get displayed on so many, per 1,000 views there might be, 500 ads or something like that, or less. So yeah, AdBlock as a YouTuber, don't like it. As an internet user in general, I have never used it, but I can see the value in it, because I've been in some sites before where it's just like, oh crap, no. Crap. Okay. We'll have to get to an island. That island right there looks good. I can see the value in it. So that's that. It's the same with likes. It's like likes really help me out a lot, because that's part of how YouTube calculates how good my video is. And so let's say someone searches for Stranded Deep. Part of that is, they look at keywords and all that stuff, but they look at the number of comments. So leaving comments is really good. They look at the number of likes, dislikes as well to a certain extent. But before I was a YouTuber, I had no idea. So I never knew to hit a like. I was like, why would I hit a like? That makes no sense to me. Doesn't help me any as a user or as a viewer. But now that I know it, I try to educate people as much as I can on it. So, okay, let us see if we talk and chew bubblegum at the same time. So we got to get off of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's fill this guy up. Fill it up, buttercup baby. All right, we got the gas. Dude, overall, we've made out like bandits with the gas situation. I'm really happy about it. Didn't get quite as many compasses as I wanted. Or not compasses. I got more compasses than I know what to do with. Quite as many lanterns, but that's okay. Alright, so next question. I like this one. Demon Mitten Hands, which by the way is a really cool artist. He did a Hermit. You guys may have seen it on my thumbnail for my parkour boot camp. this like little scrawny arm guy. He did that one. He says, hard-hitting question. Tacos or burritos? And you can't say soft tacos because those are burritos. So tacos all the way. But to me, a crunchy taco is not a taco. That's like a gringo taco. I like the legit Mexican taco, which is 2 small, soft, white corn tortillas, small ones. And then they put the meat on it with cilantro and onion. And that's it. And then I squeeze a little lime on it. And sometimes a little bit of some salsa if they have some good salsa. But it depends on if they make the stuff right. My 2 favorite types of tacos. A lot of you guys may be grossed out, but they are so good. Tongue, like tongue taco, beef tongue. And dude, when they cook it right, it is like pot roast. It is so good and so tasty, especially when they put the right spices and stuff in it. And then my other one is tripas, which is the stomach. And they like cook it really slow until it gets nice and tender. And then they throw it on the grill. You can ask for it crispy. They throw it on the grill and they'll like kind of crisp it up on the outsides. Man. Oh, the sun's coming. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. It is so good. Tripas, when it's cooked right, tastes like a combination between like steak and bacon. It is so good. But yeah, that's what I go for. Alright, next question is by IDJ the Smart One. When you were young, what did you always dream of being? Why and how did your preferences change through life? So when I was very young, I wanted to be a dog catcher. Like as a kid, I wanted to be a dog catcher. You know, it's like, you know, some kids want to be firemen or astronauts. Dog catchers, so I could play with puppies all day. That's what I thought dog catchers did. And to be honest, like nowadays, even the term dog catcher is like no one would even use that in their everyday. Wow, look how low the ground is here. Oh, that's so cool. No one would ever use that term, dog catcher. It would be like animal control or something. But then I learned, they told me like, well, you know, it's not about just catching playing with puppies. You have to like get like mean dogs, rabid dogs, you know, that are sick, and you have to put them to sleep and stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, for real? Like I would have to kill dogs? Nope, that's not what I want to be. And then, I mean, so between that and like high school, I can't really say I had any specific career aspirations. I'm kind of looking at these islands to see if there's anything that looks familiar, like if I've chopped down a tree or something. Can't really say I had any specific career aspirations. When I was in high school, the movie The Lawnmower Man came out, and I also went on a junior trip or senior trip to London with my class, and we went to Piccadilly Circus, which is an area in London, and they had a virtual reality machine. And you know, the one with you had to pay like all this money for like just a couple minutes of playing it. It was so stupid. But you put on this really heavy helmet, and the resolution on the screens were just terrible. And you had this little handheld thing, and you had to walk around and shoot things. And I was like, this is the future. This is what's going to be the future. It's going to be the solution for everything. And so I read books on it. This was before the internet, so like I grabbed every book I could and read it. I watched The Lawnmower Man like a bunch, and I was hooked on it. That's what I wanted to be. And then I went to college for like a tour, like a campus tour, and went to the electrical engineering department presentation because some of my friends were going to be electrical engineers. And I asked the dean, I said, hey, I want to get into virtual reality. Should I go for electrical engineering or computer science? And of course, he's an electrical engineer, so he was like, oh, well, electrical engineering, of course, is what you should do. I feel like I'm going a little bit off course. I should head that way a little bit. And so I did, and I wasn't a big fan of it. It was okay, but by the time I was in my junior year, I was really done with it. And then I started doing web design, and then I started doing more IT type stuff, and then shark. And then I became a web analyst, and then I am what you see today, a YouTuber. Yeah, I'm going way off course now. Okay, I tell you what, we're about halfway through this episode. I am going to save the game. I'm going to get to this island, save the game, and reload the mapper to see if I can get a better idea of where I am. So I shall be right back. Okay, we are back. I ate a little food over there. So this is interesting. One thing, if you're going to use that mapper, north on the compass is not necessarily north on the map. So actually we have to now go west. We went kind of the wrong way. But that's fine, because we got some more questions to answer, so we'll do that. Let's see. Okay, James McKee asked, when was your first kiss and who was it with? So my first kiss was in the 2nd grade. I think I've answered this before, but it's such a good story that I always love answering it. Her name was Julie Corder, and I was in the 2nd grade, and we were both smart kids, and so it was around Thanksgiving time, and like we had finished our little school assignments. It was like, I don't know, math, or had to write the alphabet or some crap, 2nd grade. It might have even been 1st grade, actually. It might have been 1st grade. And so the teacher said, okay, you two finished. Why don't you help me out and cut out all of these hand shapes on brown construction paper? Because like when you were a kid, you make those Thanksgiving turkeys, for Americans at least, you make those Thanksgiving turkeys, you draw your hand, an outline of your hand, and then like that kind of becomes like the little head and the feathers type of thing. So we did that, and she put us in the coat closet. It was a big closet, it also had like teacher supplies and stuff like that. And so there we were, and we were already kind of like boyfriend girlfriend type of thing. Anyway, you know how it goes when you're a kid. Do you like me? Yes, I like you too. Okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. So that's basically how it went down. And so here we are. We're cutting these little things, these little hands out, and we're shuffling our feet on the carpet because like little kids, you're nervous, and just doing what you do. And we went in for a kiss, and we had built up so much static electricity from shuffling our feet on the carpet that this giant bolt of static electricity like went between our lips, like enough that it made like that kind of popping noise, when you really zap yourself good. And we both like kind of flung our heads back, and we're like, whoa. and we laughed. Yeah, so that was she was my girlfriend until I left. And then we wrote for a little bit, and then, kids, you grow up and stuff like that. New friends, new boyfriends, girlfriends and stuff. But yeah, that was my first kiss, and boy, what a doozy it was. Hey, why don't you get right here? Okay, Gemini's plays. If you had nothing to hold you back and had the chance, would you go in a time machine to the future with the condition that you could never return from it? And I've had a couple questions asking, if you can go in a time machine, where would you go, and stuff. But this one, he adds that, and you could never go back. And I was like, okay, now we're on to something. So, if given a choice between going into the past and going into the future, I would pick the future. Because the past, you can kind of get what was going on, and like, even with dinosaurs, it's like, well, yeah, you could go back and check out the dinosaurs, but honestly, you don't know. It could be swarming with stuff that you can't even handle. They could eat you immediately and all that stuff. Probably you would actually have a really bad time if you did that. So I wouldn't go in the past. The future, honestly, and this is like leaving everything behind, including my wife. I would have to say, yeah. I mean, if I could take my wife, definitely. If I had to leave my wife behind and I could never go back to her, I still think I would. Well, hey there, boat. Hey, you look familiar. Whoa, this boat looks too good not to pass up. There's like two of them right side by side. I got a good feeling about this boat. All right, let's take a little break and hop in there. I think the future, and we're not talking like, don't put me like 100 years in the future. I want to be like, oh yeah, jerky. I want to be like 500 years in the future. Okay, you guys said it's on the left all the time. Yeah. I want to be like 500 years in the future. I want to see what's going on. Because by that time, things are probably really, really, really different. My guess, anyway. So my answer is yes. Just don't tell my wife I would leave her. So great question. Time to Suit Up says, how important do you think education is for young adults? Are you along the lines, you should go to college no matter what because you may discover something? Or are you more like, if your heart's not there, it's a waste of time? So I believe, it's my opinion, that going and getting an advanced education, or whatever you call it, is very important, but not necessarily for the same reasons for everybody. So let's say you are, and there's different types of educations. So, some people may be really hands-on, and so, like, for example, I worked for Le Cordon Bleu once, which is a culinary school. And I firmly believe, yes, there's some people who are just naturally gifted at it, at cooking and baking and stuff like that. But it's also very important to get that kind of technical skill for for all the different techniques. And once you learn the basics really, really good, then you can break those basics and bend the rules and really, make food do what you want it to do. And that type of education you could learn, like if you were working at your family's restaurant your whole life, or something like that. Or you do the old school, like back in the day before colleges and universities and stuff, there was the journeyman and apprentice. Hold on, I gotta put my, there we go. Had to roll my sleeve down, I'm a little chilly. There was the apprentice, journeyman, master type thing, which is essentially the same thing. No, don't you rain on me. Oh, no, you don't. No, sir. Okay, I'm just gonna go straight until I hit this island, and then I'll have to pause it, because I ain't doing no rain. I ain't doing this in the rain, fool. So I think that's important. I think if you are want to be a doctor or a lawyer, or something that is really dependent on a high quality education, I think it's very important. And there are people who are that way. Then there's everybody in between. And for me, like I said, I went to electrical engineering, but I've never been an electrical engineer my whole life. It helped me a bit because I learned analytical thinking and how to be organized in my thoughts and problem solving and stuff like that. But oh, there it is. But in general, like I don't think it's, people always want to go to the best school, and I don't think the best school is necessarily that important, and it's especially not important to spend your entire life savings or go into debt and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a university thing. You can just go to a smaller school, a local school, maybe not a community college, but maybe if you're interested in business and a community college has got a good business program, or a smaller local college or university, they've got a good business program. That's perfect. There's no point in spending all that money. Okay, I'm going to do the quick save and load thing, get rid of this rain, and I shall be right back. And we're back, and I think we're getting closer, for sure. We're heading in the right direction. I got maybe 8 more minutes worth of travel, I think. So yeah, back on the education thing. I think it's very important, and I think it's important to get a college degree if you're going to go into a what they call a white-collar job, a desk job. If you're going to go to an office and do things, having a college degree is very important, because if you want to grow in your career, one of the things they look at, unfortunately, is college education. They don't really care so much where you get it. Like, you can go online and get a college degree while you're working. That's perfectly fine. A lot of people do that. And you can get your master's degree and PhD in some places online, and it's really not that terribly difficult. In this day and age, I think that's perfectly acceptable. Actually, a little bit preferred, because then you can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But I do think that it was a valuable thing. I don't think it is a requirement that you spend thousands and tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, some people have, in order to make it. I think if you are craft or skill based, or should I say artistic based, I think it's important. Whoa. Oh, we have to hit these. I think it's important that you do go to a one that's reputable, as far as giving you having the right instructors that will give you the skills and the tools you need to do well. All right, so before I dive down, let's see really quick. Andrew Christ says, my daughter, which is 10, would like to know why you always have the same ending. Take care, brush hair, see you when I see a piece. Where did I get it? And actually, a lot of people asked that one. And I don't know. A lot of times when I talk, we gotta go back this way. A lot of times when I talk, I just my mind shuts off and I ramble. And I know I got, this is the craziest island. I know I got take care, brush your hair from from Howard Stern, the Howard Stern Show. I used to listen to him all the time on satellite radio. I don't think I can get up on this guy. Let's try. Are you? Nah. Nope. Oh well. I got it from the Howard Stern Show. Artie Lang, which I don't even know if Howard Stern's still doing stuff. He should be retired. I don't know. But Artie Lang would, every time, they would sign off, or if someone, was ended the interview or something like that, he was always like, take care, brush your hair. And I guess that's where I picked that part up. But the whole, like, I'll see you when I see a piece, that whole thing, no clue. Why I say yo, yo, yo? I don't say yo, yo, yo in real life. It just was something that happened. and I was like, oh, well, I guess maybe that's my call sign, so to speak. And I've just been stuck doing it ever since. So that's all the questions I had written down. And I won't ask for more questions because we've already, we've already done 3 episodes of this. I think that's enough for some Q&A. Holy cow, how dark it's gotten. Give me a moonlight, would you? I know I'm really close. I'm going to find the island for the next episode. Oh, and I'm out. Give me a little bit. Nope. Oh. Is this where I was heading? Oh my goodness. All right. Next episode for sure we will get back to building the Stairway to Heaven, and we'll do some other stuff as well. I'm really, really happy you guys gave me some really good questions. Thank you so much. I had a blast doing this. I don't do it all the time. Q&A seems to be like a I rank it right up there with like server tours and stuff. It's like it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to do, but I do it every once in a while because I do like to reach out to you guys and give you a little insight into the Hermit. Dude, does that? Oh wow, just the way that was set up, that looked like a person standing there. That freaked me out. I just like, I like interacting with you guys and letting you guys see a little bit more of what makes me tick and stuff like that. A little peek into my life. But that is going to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, take care. Brush your hair. I see you when I see you. Peace.